Are the Habs their Habs are rumored to be looking blah 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 blah. There's one for the blooper file. I don't know if it's an update, but are the Habs the Habs are rumored blah blah again. I can't get past this sentence. Everyone, so this is my preview for tonight's game between Toronto and Montreal. Obviously, or why am I doing a preview? It's tonight at 7. I have the lineups for tonight and some, news and stuff from camp. So that's right here at Talking Habs with Rick. That's me. So with, I'm not getting this video done today, am I? Stop. Oh, and let me get this out of my face. How's it going, everybody? So it's the pregame show for the Game 2 of the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs, and it's Montreal at Toronto, and Montreal is up 1-0. And, yeah, we've got ourselves hopefully a good game tonight. And, yeah, so let's see who's here. Hey, Daryl, Troy, Andrew, KB, PI, Olson, and Matt Robichaud, Joe Habs. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Welcome in, and hopefully we got ourselves a really good game tonight, and we should have some fun and all that good stuff. Yeah, everybody leave your guesses here. Let me put this up. I haven't put that up in a while. I don't know where she is. The banner underneath. Give your guesses tonight, and I should have changed that. That is a $10 prize. Actually, you know what? Let me change that. That doesn't take long to do that. I just go here, 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 save, and there we go. All right, so everyone give your guesses. It's $10 prize tonight because it's the playoffs. All right, so let's hope for a really good game. I'm hoping that this won't be too chippy and won't be too, crazy kind of game after what happened. I know that Toronto fans are trying to make something of a knee-on-knee hit from Sherratt to Tavares on that big hit because Tavares is out, not only with the concussion and all that stuff, but also with a knee injury that will keep him out definitely for 2 weeks. The concussion's keeping him out indefinitely. We don't know how long that'll be, but the knee injury is a 2-week rehab if he can. I don't even know exactly what's wrong with it. So Leaf fans are trying to sort of say that there's something there, and there's really nothing there. This is a nothing burger. So we got that. Let's hope it doesn't lead into the game. I'll just go over a couple things. Shamir, just hang on. I'll go over a couple things before you get in here. The lineup tonight. So John Tavares is out, definitely for this series. Nick Foligno will take over at center for John Tavares. He will have Alex Galchenyuk on his left, and he will have William Nylander on his right. So when we made those jokes about Alex Galchenyuk maybe saving the day for Toronto in this series, maybe it wasn't such a joke, and maybe he's going to do that. I don't see it happening, but I don't know. Maybe that'll happen. So there's that. Third line's been changed as well. Riley Nash. They wish they had Rick Nash. Riley Nash is out. Alex Kerfoot will be back at center on the third line. He's going to have Pierre Engvall on his left and Ilya Mikheyev on his right. So that's the changes there. Both Campbell and Price will remain in their nets for tonight. And let's see what else we're going to go through before I bring in Shamir. I think I got everything. Oh, I want to pat myself on the back. If you remember the preview for the before last game, I said special teams could be the difference in this series. And game one turned out to be so because Montreal got the game-winning goal, a shorthanded goal. So that's a special teams thing. And let's hope that continues through this series. All right, so I'm going to bring in a guest with me. I guess co-host. Shamir's not a guest, he's a co-host. So Shamir is here with me. Hey, Shamir, how's it going?
Hey, Rick, how are you?
I'm doing really good. Hoping for the best.
Yeah,
I try to be positive
definitely.
tonight. I know everybody's expecting Toronto to win here. I mean, not to say that I'm not exactly, but I mean, still trying to be positive. I think Montreal can win here. I think having John Tavares out really kind of evens things up a little bit. So, what do you think on that? What do you think our chances are with Tavares out? Now, listen, before I say any of that or we go on, I do want to say this, and I said it when he got hurt. It's not really the way I want to win against Toronto, but it is what it is. It's the situation that we're in, so we're going to talk about it. What do you think, Shamir?
Well, I definitely feel that the Leafs are, going to adjust and, still give it to us. I do. I mean, my gut still tells me that the Leafs, that that the Habs can, maybe go up 2-0 in the series, but it's going to be another grinded out kind of game. I just don't see it being any different from game one.
Something I see in the chat that I did forget to mention. Yes. Okay, the news on Jake Evans is no news. He's out with an undisclosed injury. They won't disclose. I guess it's because of the playoffs. And yes, KK will be slotting in with in Evans' slot, and he'll have Lehkonen and Byron with him. So yes, I did forget to mention that, and I apologize for that. Let me see. Blah 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 blah. Nothing there yet. Okay, yeah. So yes, I believe though. I had to get my headspace back to where we were. I believe that. I thought that Toronto did adjust well in the second, after this happened. But you know what? I said this in my preview here today. I thought just as much as, yes, definitely Toronto was affected by what happened. There's no doubt. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But I think Montreal was just as affected by that. And so I think that as much as you're going to see Toronto have made an adjustment and be ready, I think Montreal will also be a little more ready, because they're going to have, they're over this now and they're ready to go on. So that's my expectations anyway.
Yeah. And I mean, shame on me. I should have mentioned that, good on Montreal for adjusting as well to this situation. And, I mean, even after Toronto got the tying goal, that, they still kept going. They didn't give up or anything like that, or anything like that, because
make no mistake about it, just as like Montreal was just as affected by what happened as Toronto, and you could maybe make an argument and say, well, a little bit more for Toronto, but you know what, I think they were both, it's in the back of their minds. The rest of the game has to be, and it's harder to concentrate and harder to focus, and they both had to fight that, I'm sure. So anyway, we'll see how that works out tonight. I'm expecting I have it 3-2 Montreal with KK slotting in, so getting the first goal. What's your guess for tonight?
I guessed in the preview video, I guessed 2-1 Habs with Anderson getting the first goal.
2-1 Habs, so a repeat of the first game, and kind of like a real repeat with Anderson getting the first goal too. Yeah,
I mean, I just I think when he gets one, I think they do come in, bunches for Anderson.
True, and I just hope he gets hot. Like, that'd be great if Anderson gets hot going into these playoffs, or in these playoffs. Would be great. I want to say hi to Hockey Junkie. All right, how much wood could Galchenyuk chuck if Galchenyuk could chuck wood? I think Galchenyuk could chuck as much wood as Galchenyuk would chuck if Galchenyuk could chuck wood. What do you think about that, Shamir? You don't want to touch that word. Okay.
No.
I was nervous too, but I got it. I didn't make a mistake, and I got it done.
I mean, that's quite a tongue twister, that's for sure.
I've always been decent at those.
Yeah.
Does anybody smell 93 Canadiens repeat? Price becomes roi and completely shuts the door. God, you know what? I'd say this. I want to just take it literally one game at a time against Toronto and go from there. So no, I can't say after one win against Toronto in the first game of the playoffs that I smell any kind of repeat in any way. So I think it's jumping the gun a little bit, but if they beat Toronto, it might be a different story.
Well,
What do you think?
I think that let's just take it one game at a time, because also anything can happen. We started to think the same thing in 14, and we had to pull the rug pulled out from under us.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, that's the
Yeah.
danger of the playoffs, right?
Yeah. Hey,
It's just
hockey
the danger.
jockey.
That's just the danger of these playoffs, of any playoffs, right?
Hey, Roger.
What's he say? Everyone expected Toronto to win last game, so I don't see much of a difference. No, exactly. No, that's pretty true, right? I mean, nobody could foresee the injury to Tavares. I mean, that's unforeseeable, right? I mean, you can't tell it's gonna happen. But I mean, yeah, I think Montreal should be the underdog in every single game. By the way, I just want to say I got this playoff beard going. Oh, it's driving me crazy already. Don't know how long this playoff beard's gonna last, boys. In this heat, if it cools off, might last a little, and it's supposed to cool off. But I hate when my beard is long. I hate it. So.
Well, as at least neither of us has Joe Thornton beard playoff beard
Never.
going. That's been going for the last 10 years. It looks like. I mean, how many birds does he have living in there?
Never. I could never have a
Yeah.
beard that long ever. It's not ever happening. Nope.
Yeah, for me, after like 2 or 3 weeks, it just gets itchy, and that's when I know I have to shave it off.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I would trim it here at this point for sure.
Yeah.
It sucks that he's out. I imagine that's Evans, but that's where depth comes in. One of our best players is not in the lineup as well. Oh, as JD. Okay, no, I guess he's talking about Tavares being out. And yes, he's one of our best players. Oh, I think Evans is definitely. Look, I'm not going to say he's one of the best players, but you know what? He was having a great end of the season. The energy and the speed he brought to the ice was very important. So. We're going to miss that aspect of it. I think KK can bring some of that, but I don't think he's got the speed. Quite frankly, I don't think he brings that energy aspect, but I'm hoping he's going to bring some of that physical play that he brought last season when he's in here tonight. What do you think? And I'm calling for him for the first goal, so I just thought, why not? What do you think? You think we'll see some good physical play from KK?
I certainly hope so, because, not to the extent when he got that game misconduct against Philadelphia, but yes, I'm really hoping that he throws the body around.
Some good hits,
yeah.
Some good physical play, and you never know, maybe he'll bring some offense along the way as well.
Oh, for sure, because he really needs to, get off the, somewhat schneid. I mean, the last half of the season, it's just not been the best in terms of all of that.
Here's something. Sorry, finish it.
So, I mean, I think he's due a goal as well.
Yeah. I mean, why not, right? This is interesting by Matt Robishow here. If you look at it that way, I'm not sure, but just look at the Jets. Everyone was expecting Oilers to sweep. I think to sweep them, and we're up. They're up. Oh, okay. I get it. He's a Jets fan. And they're up 2-0, and it's true, right? I mean, it looks like the Oilers or the Jets could at least walk away with the series when, I had the Oilers. I think most people had the Oilers to win.
And the Jets don't have Ehlers either.
Right. So, you could look at a parallel here to these two series, right? And it could be that, an injury like that could change the way it goes, obviously. It's not like some, like if it was Thornton that got hurt. I wouldn't want it to happen to anybody, but, if it was him. So it wouldn't be such a huge difference to their offense, right? But with Tavares out, it changes a lot. You go from a 2-line offensive powerhouse to you're down to, say, 1.5 lines now, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you got to look at it going in until the game starts to be played and they can prove it differently. So, it could be all the difference here.
Yeah, and also we were saying a lot during the off season with Bergevin's moves and everything that, try and strengthen us for the playoffs and make us a playoff team. Now we're here, and hopefully that continues.
If Montreal plays that physical game, they had 55 hits last game to Toronto's 27, so that's more than double. Just over, but double the hits, and the results were there. And I hope I get no comments about look at the hit on Tavares. That's a freak accident. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. But if they keep dominating physically like that, I think they're going to have some good results. I think they have a chance to and taking that first game. I mean, that's just So like tonight's game. Speaking of pressure, which we weren't, but now it's a segue. So I'm saying we were, but we're not. But speaking of pressure. If we thought Toronto was under some pressure last game, the fact that Montreal won that game, they're coming to this game without their captain, without one of their best players. Boy, is that pressure ever ramped up. And conversely, Montreal, by winning that first game, coming into the second one, their pressure is totally amped down. Right?
I would also, I mean, that sounds about right because coming in here, I mean, the expectations were, pretty low for the Habs this season. So everything is a bonus. It's just like icing on the cake.
That's it. Everything's a bonus. And for Montreal, they won the first game. So, okay, let me put it this way. If before the series started, we could say, without a doubt, Montreal splits the first two games in Toronto. Everyone would be great, great, right? So now that's the worst that could happen here. So by saying that, I also want to say to everybody that's in here right now, if Montreal loses this game, I don't really want to see in the chat how horrible it is and all that, because what I just said, if we got into this series saying, if we could split the first two games in Toronto, it would be great. Well, they did that. So even if they lose tonight, you should still be happy because we come out of Toronto 1-1. So I want everybody to think about that as the game progresses because, I mean, who knows what's going to happen, right?
Exactly.
But it's something to think about because we got that first game. We got the split as a minimum. So we should, no matter what happens here, I mean, barring like a blowout, which I can't see happening. Knock wood. Right. But
exactly,
but I really don't want to see if we go down, even if we get the first goal against, don't go crazy with, it's the end of the world. We got the split and we'd be happy if that was all we got.
I feel like right now the Habs are just playing with house money right now.
Well, that's the point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then if they win tonight, it just doubles the house money.
Yep.
And hopefully you just keep rolling that, until until you bust for a night.
And the other thing that I also saw, I think I even mentioned it in the chat. I think once we were at some point in the second period or early in the third, we were winning about 70% of the faceoffs. I mean, I don't know what the final number ended up
56.
being, but let's keep that up. Yeah, but let's keep up that.
We ended up 56% to 44% in the faceoffs. So yes, could be a really important part of the game if they can. But remember, oh no, I shouldn't add Jake Evans into that. He got hurt on his first shift, so he was out right away. So so if we can keep doing that, you're right. I mean, it's going to be a big thing. So we got a donation, Slinksy. Thank you, Slinksy, for that. Some Slinksy hype in the room and some dono hype. Slinksy gets in the draw for that shirt. If you give a donation of any kind, membership, super chat, super sticker, you get into the giveaway draw for that shirt. That's the next giveaway. The way I see it, the Leafs only scored one goal. I don't think that will happen again. Oh, I get you. But you know what? Until it's played out, I don't know if Montreal's PK, like this is why I stressed. For me, I stressed the special teams play. If special teams can step up here, and I'm not even talking about power play, right? So PK can step up here and don't give up. I'm saying no goals, but very few. It's going to keep their score down. That kind of stuff. If they can keep doing these little things, I don't know. I think they can. I think they can hold them down to. I'm calling for 2 goals for Toronto. I don't think they can hold them down for that. Carrie Price is what we haven't talked about, right?
Exactly. As long as we keep getting Carrie Price from game 1, especially third period, that
That's right.
That is good. Of course, goes without saying that all depends on that.
Carrie Price, last 2 seasons in the regular season, 2.74 goals against, .907 save percentage, 5 shutouts. In the playoffs, in the last 2 seasons, 1.71 goals against, .940 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. I don't have to tell you, that's a big difference. And if we can get that guy again for the rest of the playoffs, those are goalie numbers that you can win with, without a doubt, right? So Carrie Price is that what's the word I'm looking for? He's that he's that difference maker, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And it's especially moments like these where we need that $10.5 million
Right.
return on investment here.
Exactly. So I mean, if he's giving you 950 save percentage, roughly, right? That means they're getting 1 goal every 20 shots. They're not getting 40 shots too often, right?
Exactly.
So if you can keep their shots down under 30, well, I don't know. You just pretty much need to score 2 goals to beat them on a consistent basis. Now that's got to be done again. It's just numbers, but right. So that's how it. And so Carrie Price could be the biggest difference here.
Oh, for sure. And please, D-men, especially you, Weber and Sherrod, please, no ass on Carrie's head there.
We got no changes to the defense, so it's gonna be the same as the last game. So Weber's still with Merrill, and Sherrod's with Kulak. So that hasn't changed, and I don't know. I think hey, Hockey Junkie, see, buddy, thanks for being here. Appreciate it, eh? So I think I think Montreal's got a good shot here. If you look at all the numbers and everything, and then you take the fact that you can look at advanced numbers and projected goals and score and all that, and that's just it doesn't mean anything till the game's played. But if you do look at those things, I think Montreal isn't looking like they're going to be such an easy opponent.
That's what it was like. That's what it was like last year in the RTP. Expectations.
Yep.
I mean, people didn't think that we would go far because we just snuck in on the percentage over Buffalo, and you know what? We were one of the major surprises in that whole RTP.
Yeah, definitely. I was one of the few people called that opening series against Pittsburgh. I called it for Montreal. Yeah. Hey, Rick, do you think there will be a fight with Sherratt and someone else for the hit that led to the accident? I don't think so. Remember this. It's the Leafs fans that are coming out with this stuff about the knee on knee. It's not the Leafs. It's not anything like that. So do I think that the players are going to try to get retaliation for a clean hit? A freak accident? No, I don't think so. Besides, if they try to do that, they're going to be in the penalty box a little extra. I mean, it just gives Montreal more chance to score. And then when they're in the penalty box, more than likely they're not scoring. It's not a good thing. It's not a good strategy, especially when you're down one game already in the series. You're at home. You want to win this. This is a must-win game for Toronto.
Yeah, and hopefully that Foligno fight just settled whatever was in their system there.
That should have settled it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think even Foligno conceded that, it was a freak accident.
Yeah, they knew it was an accident. They did it for other reasons, that fight. But, I mean, this is a must-win game for Toronto.
Oh, for sure.
They can't think that, well, we could lose this game and we'll be okay. I don't see how they can think that, and I don't think how anybody could think that. This is a must-win game for Toronto. And figure that. One game, a second game in the series, and they're at a must-win game already.
And who knows, maybe Mr. Dubas, would have to get a extra large Timmy's coffee if he's pacing around a lot and getting nervous if it looks like we might steal another one.
How would Kyle Dubas drink an extra large Timmy's? He'd have to do something like this because he's so small.
Yes. I mean, somehow have a bottomless cup there.
That's what an extra large would look like. Kyle Dubas. He's a small guy, am I not right?
Yeah, he is. He's a small guy.
Humor.
Yeah.
Just a little humor.
Yeah.
Leafs fans that are in the room, and we know who you are. Don't get mad. Leafs can't hit. I agree. You know what? Hines had a comment on one of the videos where the guy said the Leafs are going to they have to clobber the Habs into the ice. And so I think I said, who's gonna? Are they tough enough? Are they tough enough to do that? I don't see how.
No, I just
Who do they have that's tough enough to literally clobber our guys into the ice? They don't have. They can fight with us. They may be able to sort of hit with it, but they can't. And they definitely can't clobber us. That's the point I'm making,
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't be able to clobber us, but, maybe the odd dirty hit here and there. That's what they, probably could get away with.
What's interesting?
But not clobbering in a fight.
Speaking of that, they're clamoring for that. They're saying it's a knee-on knee by Sherratt. So if you go back to the last Leafs Habs game of the season where Anderson was sort of hurt, and then remember he ended up sitting out the game. Okay, so what happened was that was because of a and I've seen the highlight, a knee on knee by guess who? Guess who would have delivered that knee on knee to Anderson? I'll give you a hint. He has a mustache that we hate.
Mr. AM.
Yes. Austin Matthews gave him that knee on knee. That's why he had to leave the game. And that's why he ended up being iffy for the next game, but they ended up sitting him. So that's what it was. I saw the highlight.
Yeah.
We got Slinksy with another. I feel the JT injury killed their momentum. For one game, maybe. I mean, maybe. By the way, another Slinksy hype and some more Dono hype. But you know what? They're professionals. No matter what, they're ready for this game. Mentally focused, they have to be. I wouldn't expect that now to be affecting them for this game.
Well,
did it kill their momentum? I mean, maybe. I guess they lost, right?
Well, I felt that up until the injury, there was Montreal that was coming out and really dominating there. I mean, yes, Toronto did come back in the second period and felt like they had that extra motivation there. But after that, I mean, up until the JT injury, I felt like Toronto was, didn't play that well compared to, compared to the
well, I thought it
Habs.
was like 50-50 pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I would say the second period, they certainly woke up and, definitely looked better than us. But after that, in the third, it looked more like the first period.
KB's argument against Price being whatever is that he's been inconsistent in the regular season. But if you look last year, and we're talking over the last two seasons, he has not been. There's the one place that he has not been inconsistent. So not really a good argument. Hey, Huzu. In my opinion, I've delivered and received hits. I've fought quite a lot in junior also. I really don't think Foligno was angry at Perry at all. He did it to reset his team's momentum. Yeah, I think that's the only conclusion you can come to, right? Because he told Perry when asking him, like, we got to fight, he says, I know. He said he knew it was an accident, but, it's their captain and they got to do something. And that's really what he wanted to do. That's why Perry really shouldn't have maybe fought. But then again, it settled it down for the rest of the game. So, maybe it was the right thing to do.
Also, Perry didn't really do anything to get himself into trouble or injure himself or anything like that. So,
how old is Price and how long is his contract? He is 34. He just turned 34 near the end of the season, or around, I forget where.
He'll be 34 in August.
In August. So he's 33,
yeah.
and he has 5 years left on that deal. Why do we ask this? What has it got to do with the game tonight? Because 33 years old for a goalie, don't tell me that's old. It's on the old side.
I mean, that's really more of a question in the off season.
Right.
But
right. Heinz got it right here. Age means nothing. Plenty of goalies have won cups over the age of 35, which is exactly right. Princess
Patrick
Flora,
Law, for instance.
I feel like 2009-10 was one of Montreal's best chances to make the finals, only to run into the Flyers in the semis. There you go. Well, maybe since this is not one of their best chances, obviously, I mean, who would think? Maybe that's the one that sticks. You never know. You just never know. Because if you look back at the last 2 cups for Montreal, they weren't supposed to win. They weren't favored to win.
Exactly. We snuck into the playoffs. We were like the 8th place team. Nobody expected us to get past Ovechkin and the Caps,
Right.
and nobody expected us to get past the then Stanley Cup defending champions.
Look at the LA Kings, their first of the cups they won in the 2010s. Didn't the first one, weren't they in 8th in the conference? They got into the playoffs, number 8 seed, and won the cup.
I believe so, yeah.
So, I mean, it can be done. St. Louis was really far back. Came back to, I mean, it can be done. It's not, that's why the games have to be played on the ice, my friends, not on paper, not in projections, and not in all this stuff. It has to be done on the ice. That's the value of that.
Yep.
Foligno, Heinz had that was, he was my a-hole of the week in my video yesterday, I think. Foligno a-hole of the week. I want to do something. Hang on a sec, guys. For people who weren't here, I see we got 56 people. So for people that weren't here right at the beginning of this video, I'm going to play something that I made today. Are the Habs their Habs are rumored to be looking blah 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 blah. There's one for the blooper file. I don't know if it's an update, but are the Habs are rumored blah blah again? I can't get past this sentence. Everyone, so this is my preview for tonight's game between Toronto and Montreal, obviously, or why am I doing a preview? It's tonight at 7. I have the lineups for tonight and some, news and stuff from camp. So that's right here at Talkin' Habs with Rick. That's me. So with, I'm not getting this video done today, am I? So there you go. I made a blooper video. I found a program I can do that with. So I got another one that's going to premiere for the beginning and during the game as well. So I've been wanting to do that for forever. That's why I keep some of my bloopers, and now I'll start keeping more just to do something like that. I've been wanting to do that forever, and I found somewhere where I can do that, and super easy to use. Like if I did it like first try, I made that one. It's like, wow, that's easy to use. Believe me. So
yeah, I think I kept some of my bloopers as well.
This is called Flex Clip, and for free you can do a few. Like that's for free, but I'm gonna sign up for $5 a month, and I can do better ones and longer. But yeah, I wanted to do some blooper stuff for a long time, and anyway, I put that together really quick. So I hope everybody liked that. It was just something I wanted to do for today. Thank you, Jackson. Jackson, thank you so much. Go Habs, go. Just a thought. Imagine we sweep the Leafs. It's more than a thought. We've all had it, I think. So some Jackson hype in the room and some Dono hype, and Jackson gets in the draw for that. Sure. So if you want to get in, because we're going to do this before the end of this series, we're going to give away this. Shamir, are you giving this away with me, or is it me? Like, I don't know why I keep saying we, but I'm going to be giving this away. Before the series is over. So it's get your last chance to give money to me. Give me money and I'll give you a shirt. That might be better.
It's you and the ghost of Dorval.
Anyways, that's to support the channel. It keeps everything going, and it buys more shirts to give away. That also happens. So there you go. I'm always embarrassed trying to do that stuff. Let's see what else I got here. Anything interesting? No, I thought I had some more interesting stuff, but I didn't.
No.
What do you got? You got anything you want to talk about? Oh, I should take this off, but thank you, Jackson. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I just, I really do feel that that if we go up 2-0, I just don't know what how Toronto would adjust. I mean, do they start making more mental mistakes, start taking more dumb penalties? I mean, I think this will definitely really rattle them. And I really wouldn't want to be Kyle Dubas, but I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves here. I mean, game 2 is still to be played, and who knows, we might see a completely different Leafs team here.
That's Kyle Dubas.
There you go.
That's what I call these now. From now on, they'll always be known as a Kyle Dubas. Okay, you've heard of the TikTok challenge? This is the GGR challenge. Change his mind, because this is not an easy thing to do. Believe me, I've tried on other subjects, and it is not an easy thing to do. So the challenge tonight, folks, is change his mind. That's Marc-Andre Fleury, if anyone's wondering. He's saying it's better than Carrie Price. Change his mind on that. You're going to be challenged now, Jeff. Don't you wish you came on to the show so you could defend yourself? No, but you didn't do that.
No, I think he'll only come on once, once we're eliminated from the playoffs, and AF is, if the Knights are still in the playoffs, but
oops. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, we're getting close. Another 5 minutes, and then we'll call it a video, because I got to get ready for the next one. So, well, before we get to that, since we haven't really talked about the game, let's maybe do that a little bit. We sort of did. Yeah. So, okay, let me ask you this. Paul Byron was the hero of last game. Yeah. Carrie Price, I mean, we're kind of expect that. So I'm not gonna put Carrie Price in this, but who do you think is the MVP of the game tonight?
The MVP of the game.
If Montreal wins for Montreal, if Toronto for Toronto.
If Montreal wins, I think that MVP will be Carey Price. And if Toronto wins, I think it'll be Jack Campbell. I think we'll see another battle of the goalies here.
Battle of the goalies. Geez, you did that fast. Now I have to come up with an answer. That's not fair. Oh my God. Who's going to be the MVP of this game for Montreal? Well, like I said, besides Carey Price, because I expect Carey Price to have a good game. So I'm expecting that. So besides that, I'm going to go with the guy that's been every damn game. He's given it his all. He might not have been, had produced offense through every game, but he's given his effort every single game. I'm going to say Josh Anderson could be the MVP here tonight. And if it's not Josh Anderson, it's his mini-me. I burnt myself. It's his mini-me. You know his name. Brendan Gallagher. That's his name. Yeah. So it's either Anderson or mini-me, because that's what I'm calling Gallagher now, is mini-me. And, that's who I think is going to be like the MVP of the game.
I can just see Gally just skating up the ice and just, clocking every opposing player in the nuts there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need a little bit of comedy, right? Galchenyuk playing tonight. Yes, MJ Galchenyuk is playing tonight. He is. And I don't know, that could be scary, because you never know. Maybe he has one of those games, where we are going to hate him even more. Jack's MVP tonight is Stahl. That's very out on a limb. Although Stahl had played better in game one. I thought I was at least 3 times there was whatever play was like, oh, good play. Oh, it's Stahl. Wow.
Yeah.
It happened at least 3 times. So that,
Yeah.
it's better than it has been, right?
Well, this is where we need Stahl as well. This is where his experience is going to come in, and that's where we need him.
Considering how it went during the regular season,
yeah,
he's gonna have a good playoffs.
Exactly.
He'll make up for that because this is really what they brought him in for.
And also in the offseason, if he's going to play another year or 2, he really needs, to sell himself.
He needs to sell himself. Other teams. Yes. If he's playing for a contract, if he wants more than league minimum, he's going to have a good playoffs.
And also, nobody wants to go out on that kind of a note in their career if this is the end for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. Born to be a Habs says Toffoli. And J-Bat says Galchenyuk is useless. I tend to believe that, but you know something? In a series, in this kind of a situation, a guy like Galchenyuk could turn out to be their hero for the game.
Some of these former Habs, they make me nervous. I mean, they could end up being Hab killers. So.
Just former players from playing like in that. I've seen that happen how many times? And
John LeClaire being usually at the top of my list.
So as useless as he is, he's going to be in a top 6 role, and he's going to have opportunities, right? So, it worries me that KK could be the guy. All right, come on a few minutes. We can knock Galchenyuk off his game by being physical. I'm not too worried. Got to bang bodies. Josh Anderson will hit anything and everything with a pulse. Yeah, that's true. But, listen, one thing Galchenyuk's done, he's been a little bit more gritty, a little bit like he's trying to hang on to an NHL job. So, but I tend to agree with you. There. But, it's just that thing that happens, that's what sports is all about. That's why it's played, and that's why a guy like that plays, because one day he's going to have a moment, and this could be his moment that he's been hoping to have. And if it happens against Montreal, he's going to be happier than a pig in shit. That's the saying that I grew up with. So, so he's going to be happy. So, all right. So we're going to head out here for the pregame show. Thanks everybody for being here. Give a like if you had a good time, and my thanks to Shamir, obviously, for being my guest, my co-host here. I thought we had a good time here. I had fun, and I hope we'll have just as good a time during the game, and it won't be opposite last game. Although, listen, last game went kind of right down to the end, so if we can get that out of tonight, and like I said, remember everybody. We won. We split in Toronto as a minimum, and we all would have been very happy to have split the 2 games in Toronto. So if they lose tonight, let's not be too negative. We split. We're happy.
Everybody got their defibrillators on standby in case if it's another down to the wire kind of game like game 1.
Just keep that in mind.
Yes.
And have your heart medicine. Smoke a doobie, take a drink, whatever, just relax, and we're going to be good. So there you go. So thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks to the people who donated to the channel, and thanks to everybody else just for showing up. And I will be back, and Shamir should be back as well during that game. And in 15 minutes I'll be back for the actual game. And hopefully we'll have a good time there. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. As I always say, it's 15 minutes different. And peace out, y'all. See you on the next one.
Let's go.